We got everybody here.
Yep, I believe we do.
How's Roger doing? Waylon, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Huh. I can hear you.
Yeah. Got your volume up.
Oh, maybe they'll come back on.
Well, introduce Roger and Waylon Baum
Yep.
from uh, from Mackville. They're the ones that he's a promoter from Mackville that puts the pull on the show we do up there the 2 nights of Friday and Saturday night, and they do it for the parish up there, and they have a very good pull, 2 tracks. Yeah, get quite a few people there, 4,500 people a night, I think. I've heard up there.
Wow.
Hopefully we can get him back on here.
Hopefully.
John is not going to join us tonight. He's a little under the weather, getting better, but still not feeling very good. So I guess we'll wait for them guys to get back on. What else you got, Chandler?
Not a whole lot other than Saturday night at Keystone was a really long night. We didn't get done until 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. How they get a lot of iron there, or what was up there?
Yeah, a lot of hooks, and then just took a long time to get to switch between the sled and then the sled for the mini rods, and then the smoke tube broke 3 times in the pro stock class.
How many pro stocks did they have there?
There's 5. Both Hoyt tractors were there, Loose Cannon, and then the High Rollin' Deer, and then the Gambler from Quebec, Canada.
Okay.
So.
Okay. How was the track and everything? Good crowd?
Yeah, track was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. It was a little soft at the starting line, but I mean it was a good track, and there was a really good crowd. So.
Okay. Okay.
There
we go. Might have him back now. Can you hear us now?
Yep. Yeah, we hear you.
Good deal.
Who's your TI guy there?
whoever he is, he should get fired.
No, I did a little introduction for you, Roger and Waylon, about Roger. Waylon is Roger's son, and they do the Mackville pull. I told a little bit about what you got going on up there. I didn't tell any classes and stuff. Kind of let you go over that a little bit, and then what you do to why you have the pull and how many people you have there and how many years it's been going on. You want to give us a little history on it, Roger?
Sure can. Well, it's been going on for 47 years, supporting our church and our school. It's a K through 5 school there, Catholic school, and Catholic church, obviously. And it's been going a long time. And this year it's going to be June 15th, 16th, and 17th, and 18th, the Father's Day weekend. We start on a Thursday night with hot farm tractors and trucks, street stock trucks and super stock trucks, diesel trucks, economy mini rods. It's just an opener, Thursday night opener, $10 admission kind of thing, and a lot of local stuff that comes up and shows up in polls. It's always a good night to help get the track broke in good. Hopefully we don't have any bad weather like we did last year, and we can make that happen. And I think helps the whole weekend as far as the track goes, and it gets us ready for the rest of the when we get the big crowds on Friday and Saturday night.
Gets all the staff helping to sell food, and all the guys working the track gets them back in rhythm and gear, and
exactly
right.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Do you have a pretty good crowd on Thursday night too?
Yeah, well, last year it got rained out, or we had actually tornado the day before, but it's there'll be close to 1,000 people there. It's getting better every year. We used to do it on a Saturday at noon. We used to run these same tractors and trucks. Try to sneak that in between the early morning, or start at 11 o'clock and be done before the Saturday afternoon show that we had, with you guys and all. But that got to be a really long day, and this I think is working out really well doing Thursday night. People going.
Well, you did talk about doing something on Sunday. Did you end up doing something on Sundays too, or?
Oh yeah. We always have our Sunday afternoon. We have a pace tractor classes, and then we have We have anywhere from start with garden tractors from kids 7. The oldest you can be is 15, but they're 750 pound, pretty much like as it's got to have turf tires and stuff like that. It's not a major mini garden tractor thing, but it's get these young kids out there that are 10 years old driving a little garden tractor that their dad, took the lawn deck off it and can pull it and kids really have a good, it's on the blacktop, so it makes it pretty decent for them. And all the way from there up to like a 12.5. No, we go up to 16 with the pace classes, up to 16. Nothing about antique, because any year tractor, just make the weight, drop our height, make the weight. And we got anywhere from 4 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour on that day too, the different weight classes. And so it's a fun day. We'll have 250 to 300 tractors there on that. And you only hook once. It's a long enough day with 2 tracks. It's a really good turnout, and it's been going on a long time. That's how it all started way back in 76.
Okay, 47. You said 47 years ago?
Right. 1976 was the first year, yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Right.
So on them garden tractors with the turf tires, how many kids do you get to show up to do that?
Well, there's times we got like 15 in a class. We got like a 750, a 900, and a 1,200 pound class.
Okay, they can only hook once?
Yep, there you hook once too as well.
Yep. Yeah.
It gets the kids hooked into it. It's kind of fun to see them, these little kids, these girls, little boy, whatever. It really is pretty cool on our Sunday afternoon. And they have a pedal pull too going on for the kids too as well in that morning or at noon. It all starts at noon on Sunday, and that's all free admission. It's what the picnic started with, just getting the parish together and people together, and so it all kind of started with that kind of a pull, and then what it's come to now. It's been going good.
Yeah. How I think you do RC cars too, don't you?
Well, you can.
Yep, on Saturday before the poll starts, the night poll on Saturday, we have a remote control and tractor and truck pull. The Fox Valley RC truck and tractor pullers come on out and run like a 3-hour show before the poll starts on Saturday night. And that's a good turnout too. Lots of kids like to watch that, and any way you can get the youth involved, into the sport of tractor pulling is pretty huge. Between the garden tractors and the RC tractors and the pedal tractors too, and it's all about that next generation. Yeah.
It is. I've watched the RC thing there too. It's just like the big tractors. You got to keep them going straight, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Seems like they get a little squirrelier.
Yeah.
But it's neat to watch if you've done that. I think. So Roger, what do you guys what do you use the money for that you make at the event here? Is it for just keeping the school going, and then tell us about the school? Is it a free school, or is it a private type school, or what happens?
Yeah, well, it's a parochial school. It's a Catholic school, so yeah, there's costs, but it helps. If there's kids or families that can't afford it, there's help there for them and stuff. It's between the school and the church if they want to do something different in the church addition or just keep things going. It's and then for now, even next year, we're talking about building a building for instead of putting up the tent where we have that east side food tent and more fencing and stuff that. Put the stuff money back in the grounds and like that thing.
Yep. So. Yep. And you guys have made improvements all along, better bleachers and better seating and stuff from the up there.
Right.
And the church has gotten a lot. Did you guys remodel or rebuild the church here? How many years ago was that, or add on to it?
It was a brand new church. Yeah, back it must have been. It's got to be 20 years ago or so. I don't know exact date it was built, but right around there.
It's quite a church, quite a school there.
Yeah.
You get a lot of support.
Pictures.
What's that?
I know. Go ahead, Greg. You're kind of jumping in and out. I can't sometimes.
Yeah. I was going to say you get a lot of local support here from the businesses in town too. You have a lot of ads, for I don't know who all. who are your biggest supporters and sponsors? I know you do a lot there too. The Bound Machine does, and what some of your other sponsors on there too. You can give them a little plug here if you want.
Sure.
Check out the binder.
Sure. Well, Trico Excavating, Bill Ratzak, who does all the excavating, he's one of our huge ones. Wasn't for Bill, I don't know where we'd be. In the years when we had the rain and all that, and we rebuilt the track, and otherwise Budweiser's huge. They do a really good job with us, and we sell a lot of that up here.
Yep.
There's we have like 30 pretty good sponsors, and it's hard to name them all, but I'm just Colosso Toyota is one of the bigger ones, helps with the Dash for Cash. That I don't know if you guys know what that is, where we put the money out on the track, $750 each night, quarters and dimes and nickels, and spread it all over the track, and these kids come out, and we have 3 different age groups, and then we let them go out there, and after we get everybody lined up, and then they let them go, and you look out because it's a crazy thing, and they come back, and there's a lot of kids out there. There's got to be like 1,000 kids out there. So
it is. Cool. You see it. They put tarps down for anybody that's never been there, and they throw the change all over the tarps for each age group, right?
Right.
And then the kids stand around this big tarp, and they blow the whistle, and they go at it, and they're all out there scrapping for the money. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Sure is. Yeah. Something they bring that's good. You get them kids out. That's what it's all about. For us guys.
And then, Waylon, did you have a list of sponsors you want to read off or not? Or
Sure, I can read some off here.
There you go.
We have Ben Small Engines, Shoe Industrial Supply, Rosca Meats, JMW Transfer, Larry Van Handel and Sons Livestock, Turex Plumbing, Romy's Nightingale, the Exercise Coach, AP Plumbing, Wires, Josh Busher HVAC, Trico Excavating, PC Sanitation, Hain Meat Packaging, Curry's Farms, Garrow Oil, Kavanaugh Excavating, Colosso Toyota, the Northsider, Bound Machine Barrel Engines, Reacher and Schnell, Brinks Exteriors, Ken Sports, MCC, TML Auto, and Frontier Builders. And I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, it's nice to get their names out here because they help support and keep a good pull going.
Oh, absolutely. Appreciate that. They'll have the opportunity. Yeah.
Yep. We get quite a few people watch the show here, and hopefully they see it and support them. I'm up there, and when I go to an event, I try to support whoever's sponsoring if you can.
Absolutely.
Keystone Nationals was this weekend. Were you guys out there?
I was.
You were out there. So you let people know you kind of build some cranks and stuff for some of the Fords that the Forester families out there building and pulling, right? Yeah.
We've been on the cranks and the billet block. We put the billet at Marty's or Matt Smith's. The one that up last year at Shipshewana. We put a new made a billet block for those guys. The machine went out complete out of the billet, and they're running that. He took first in his, not that makes sense. There's a whole lot more to it. The Lemke's does a lot of work with this, that, and all this. I was like, this one is the engine builder. We're just the engine machine building, but not as far as assembling or that kind of thing. We just made the block and then the cranks. So we're making Ford cranks as well. Sticking with the Ford tractor stuff, the parts right now more than just for now, anyways. And, so I was out there supporting them guys. I actually had a banner on the wobble wheel out there with the Macville Nationals on it, and good friends of mine. All the Foresters and that whole group out there.
Yep.
Nice bunch of nice guys, and it's kind of fun. But it was good. It was a good weekend out there, and then on the way back, I stopped at Shipshewana and watched the pull on Saturday night at Shipshewana. I made a round trip out of it, and it was good.
Oh, so Keystones was done Friday night then, or
no? It was still going Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, but we had to do something to get moving back. So I thought, well, it was done way back, then we'll stop at Shipshewana and catch that pull too, and get a little closer to home. So
yeah. one of Robbie's motors win it out there in the pro stock class too with Link. John, were you there for that? John Link went in there for Saturday night in the pro.
Oh
stock.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
One of
Not
Robbie.
yes, at Shipshewana, yeah, right.
International.
But the international, you betcha.
Yep.
You bet.
Good pass for a Badger State tractor. I think we had
Yeah.
4 or 5 there was round there, I guess. Yeah, but they had a good pull there too, I heard.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was fun. All diesel stuff's good. I liked all that myself, but it was really good, really good.
Yep.
Colder than heck that night though. Jeepers.
Shipshewana was?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was cold this weekend here too. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're building a light pro or something, aren't you, Roger?
Well, we're just getting started on it. Yeah, getting all the pieces together and stuff, and the Smith boys are going to be assembling it for me and putting it together. So I hauled some parts out there around and stuff. So we got parts ordered, the frame and the hood and stuff like that. So that's all going to be going. So we'll see. To be ready for that. Their goal is for Shipshewana in this next year, but we'll see. Next spring or whatever, we'll get her, see what happens. But yeah, it'll be fun having a blue one around here.
What sheet metal are you putting on it?
It's going to be the 8,000, old school, the 8,000. It's a straight 8,000. That's my first tractor we had on the farm was a real tractor that we had besides the WD 45s and stuff like that was a 8,000 that we bought new in 72, and we still pull it today. Still have it for the farm or the open farm classes. So we'll pull on Thursday night and stuff like that. But yeah, it's always been a good tractor. I don't know. It's
Okay. All right. Well, I jump around a lot in conversation here, but
That's right.
Keystone Nationals there when you were out there was that was a pretty late night too. That Chandler was saying when they were pulling there.
Yeah, it gets pretty late. It's a long day. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
With the mini rods and the four-wheel drive trucks, and they start at 5:30 on a Thursday night. You believe there'd be anybody out there? Most people have to work, but on a Thursday night to start at 5:30 and then it was going till 11:30, and it was some pretty long days.
A lot of hooks, huh?
Yeah,
I'd like to get up there sometime myself, but that's a long drive.
it was. Yeah,
I think
it is.
15, 16 hours was it? For
Yeah,
you?
14. No, we weren't pulling. It was just my pickup truck, so you can move along pretty good. And we left Wednesday night already, like in the afternoon, and then we drove halfway there and Wednesday night, and then got there Thursday morning, or got there around noon on Thursday or so, and I went and checked with those guys. I had to do some business with them, the Foresters and stuff. So yeah, it made a nice weekend.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, and you built a block, kind of like Robbie does, but you built the Ford version block for them guys, right? And
Correct.
And you're gonna be building more of them the way it sounds, or?
Oh yeah. We're actually we built the first one out of billet, and now I've had the second one is on. Matter of fact, our son Sawyer's on his machine right now. We did that as a poured cast to save quite a bit of time and money with the cast block and with nodular steel and or just I say it's on the machine now. It's got to go in his tractor, the one that Matt Smith runs. There's that fast forward that's sitting there without an engine in it right now, so that's where that engine's going in there. They want me to build another one right away. They want another one for their black and blue, I think it is, or black and blue, because that still has the old Ford cast motor, which they're not real thin. When you bore everything out of them, then they got all the water jackets and stuff there. There's just not much steel left in it, and there's not much cast left there. So it's a kind of a time bomb, like tick bomb there. It's going on, and just like that. What was the name of that? The Super,
The 6-shooter.
6-shooter that blew up there that night, and that just had a cast motor in it yet. We're actually building a cast motor or a recast motor for Mark Hootman right now too. He ordered one, but it's gonna be a lightweight one for the light supers. We slimmed it down as far as the weight. Took quite a bit of weight off that casting. They've been running aluminum, but now this is gonna be a cast for him, and so he's biting at the bit for that too. And,
he pulls an alcohol tractor though, right?
correct. Alcohol, yep.
Like super alcohol. Yep. So tell us the difference between a billet block and what you're doing with the cast iron block. Because that's new to me. That's your-
Okay, well, the billet was, we actually started with a solid piece of, it was 8620. It was actually round stock, is what I could get my hands on the quickest, which was like like 16-inch diameter, 16-inch diameter by 3 feet long. And it weighed 5,500 pounds when we started with that piece of steel. And pretty much whittled that whole thing off, everything make it look like a block, and inside and out. And when you're done, it's 800 pounds, so there's a lot of chips that get recycled, or you want to say it. It's so there's a lot of time into making you're talking a few hundred hours instead of the billet or the poured block will be now they make a form of styrofoam form, and then per our model that we generate on the computer and stuff, we send it to actually Deep Air Foundry is doing the pouring for us, and we send them the model, and they send out, they have a form made, a styrofoam form, and then they pour their metal in that form and create the styrofoam melts, and that's where they build the block, just like the casting. But now these castings are they're solid. There's no holes or for anything for water jackets or anything. So it's quite a bit more stronger, and it's good. Nodular steel is equivalent to like 1045. The spec nodular that we were using is like that. It's not just a grade, class 40 grade cast iron. It's better than just your number. So
when you get them, do you have to machine like oil galleys and stuff in them and do stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. For the camshaft, we have to, drill and board, and the camshaft has we put that in there. Machine for the pistons, the sleeves, and there's holes in there now, like 3-4 inch, and then we bore them out to then put for the sleeves, and then for the crank too as well, and the machine all the way around it to make it look, you don't have to, but you could do with that cast, but that's what the guys wanted me to do, so whatever. But it's still a lot of that. Cutting that underneath that whole pocket for the crankshaft to rotate underneath. There's a lot of, when you start with a billet, there's a lot of machine. I know Lemke does it all the time. He's made how many years with John Deere's, and there's a lot of time machining there and time and money. So the light pros maybe can buy a little better. I don't know if it handled the pro stocks or not, but
the light pros. But did is that kind of what Hypermax did with their block? What you're doing with that one? Because that's a Ford casted block. It's
Correct.
Same lines.
Mhm.
Only it's a Ford version.
Right.
So that'll be so. How many cubes you're kind of designing for up to 540 cubes then, right?
That's what these are for. Yep.
Like Hoopman's, how many cubes would that be?
That's only 504.
Or
Or okay, is that their limit?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Yep.
Yeah. That has a 5-inch stroke, and these are 5.5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is a different block. It ain't gonna be the same thing, right?
Right. Oh, they wanted it lighter. They wanted it to get as close as we could to the weight of the aluminum ones that they were running, and because they want that weight. Well, it's out front, but they want it further out front. Any weight that they can get up front, that's what they really would need. They would have wanted out far out in front, as they can put on their weights.
Yep. They work hard in them classes to get all that weight out there, and they still drop their drawbars a little bit when they pull.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep.
That's you're gonna wait in your block. The one you're building, is it a billet one, or are you building the cast one like you're talking when you do your own?
Oh, it'll probably be a cast. I'm sure it'll be a cast. Yeah.
So how many of them do you have to order when they make a run of them? Do you have to order a certain amount of them?
Well, if I want to do it, if you want to pay for a wood form, then it's like about, you need like 10 of them to pay for that. Did we lose them?
no.
Okay. And so that's, the one form is like $1,200, but if you get a wood form is like 10,000. So they'd pay for it if you do about 10 of them.
Oh, a wood form would last 10 pourings?
No, it would last a long time then, but it'd take 10 blocks to pay for the wood block. That's what I'm getting at. I'd order 10 of them to pay for that.
Okay.
Then you'd start making money on the form. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But and the styrofoam is one use, right?
One shot deal. Yep. No.
That works pretty good, huh?
Well, yeah, it's there, and then being the first one, you never know. We didn't want to order 2 or 3 and then find out, we didn't leave enough stock here. Didn't leave enough casting in certain areas and such. So we're pretty good now. If we had the first one, we had the one low spot that we was a little short on some material, so we added that to the new one, the new model that we sent them. Now I just ordered one today again. I ordered another one. So
Right.
I know Smith Plays just said go ahead and make 5 of them. So we'll see. What's Gary from out there? He's the one that is the money behind all those guys out there, and not the Forsters, but with the Smith brothers and that whole bunch. And there's a guy that's having a lot of fun with it, and he's helping everybody make it all happen.
Well, yeah. If they wouldn't be if they weren't happy with them, they wouldn't order 5 more, right?
Right. That's so good.
I'd like to see one of them too. I've been to your shop, and you want to tell people a little bit of what else you do at your shop, what you make.
I can. Yeah, we're in a kind of a large manufacturing of machine parts, from booms to a lot of in the paper industry. We do a lot of roll work and stuff. We have lathes that are 50 feet long, 47 feet long, and has 6 or 5 foot diameter we can turn, and the CNC, full CNC with tooling, live tooling and stuff. So plus the big boring mills and stuff that's 40 feet long as well. That's 13, 14 feet tall or square, you want to say, and we can machine that whole works. And it's really a lot of big booms, like for crane work or Manitowoc Crane used to sends us, and just pretty much anything they can get on or down the road or in our building we can machine. It's pretty much and that's what we do. A lot of roll work for these paper mills. The rolls that the paper rides over to spin, and they could be some of them big paper machines. They're huge, and and so it's down to little parts. I made plungers for injectors for the Sims, and so we do little parts too. But we're more known for doing the big stuff.
That one you had a mill or something, a lathe there where you put this chunk of steel in it. It had an elevator for the guy to run it up the side, I think, or something. I was there, and like 12 by 12 by 20 piece of something you could put in there, or maybe it was bigger than that.
Yeah, 12 by 12 by 40. Yeah, right.
And that thing goes around the outside of it and machines.
Yeah,
it was really cool. I've never seen anything like that. In your lathes, you're talking about 50 feet long and 5 foot in diameter. You can put stuff in. That's really impressive stuff. If you go up there and see that, I mean, most people go to a machine shop and you see the little lathes around and all that, and you think that's really cool. But you go up, you've got the big stuff up there. That's neat to see.
Yeah, it's part of the industry up here with the paper making. It got me into that whole thing. It started as just a one man shop, and the 90 guys now, and it's going good. It's going real good.
Pretty busy. Probably can't keep up with all the orders. Things.
No, we try to do our best, and now my kids work. My Waylon and Sawyer both work for me, and so does my daughter Olivia, and son-in-law Taylor. And so it's getting a nice family part into it, and it's good. It's been real good.
Yep. And you're located at that shop is in Appleton, right?
Correct.
Yep. So that's pretty neat to see that stuff and know what, let people know what you do for a living when they see you out there pulling tractors, and your whole family goes. You take 2 semi-loads of tractors sometimes when you go, right?
Oh yeah, you betcha. Maxville, that's so close where when we go. Yeah, it's not unusual for us to have 12 or 15 tractors out there in different classes, and again, only hook once, and the county fair, that's a whole big thing up there for us, and help promote that too, as far as our farm pull up there, and on a Wednesday night up at the Outagamie County Fair in Seymour.
Yep.
We'll do another pull in Freedom that for the Freedom FFA was sponsored, or we're helping them out with that in Freedom. Waylon and I and our whole group, made that happen too. Make it happen every year. So yeah, we get involved with 3 polls a year that we actually take care of the classes and keeping things going, and then Maxville's the biggest one. That takes the most, but
you guys did you go to Florida and pull then? You talked about it, I know a little
not
bit.
this year. Not this year. No. But
been out to Florida?
I'm sorry?
Have you been to Florida with the tractors pulling?
Oh yeah.
It all?
Yeah, last 2 years we did. And we kind of started one down there as well. It was at this Palm Beach International Raceway, which is like 7 miles inland from the ocean on the east coast, and by Jupiter, Florida. We have a home in Jupiter, and so it was perfect for us. And they had this where they used to run mud drags for these mud buggies and stuff. It's a really big facility, huge facility. But they had drag racing for for NHRA drags, quarter mile drags, and then they had a solo course where these guys would bring their cars and test them and race solo on it. But it was beautiful. I mean, this was, the track was, and the bleachers was huge for all that dragging for the blacktop stuff. But in the back they had a whole nother area where they had another set of bleachers, kind of a low key kind of thing, where they had these mud drags, and we were down there one time, me and the boys, are watching the mud drags, and then you hadn't seen that for a few years, and so then the foresters would talk to me about we should get a pull somewhere in Florida, and there was another guy, a diesel, guys from a diesel, I can't remember the name, but whatever, he was promoting pulling and shows and stuff, and kind of all got together and kind of made one happen down at this facility down at Palm Beach International Raceway 2 years in a row there, not this year, but the 2 years before. But then something happened here over this last summer. The owner decided to sell out or whatever, so I guess Walmart was supposed to be buying it to put a big distribution center down there, and well, nothing's happened, but they closed it down. It's all shut down. So that kind of took the wind out of the sails on that whole thing. So, but it was really a lot of fun. That's southern Florida. That's way down.
Yep. You have a pretty good crowd there when you did it?
It was pretty good, for the amount of advertising, which wasn't very much, but the word got out. It was what they did down there wasn't, the guy that was supposed to be taking care of that. It was okay. It was. They had like some dirt drags going on too during the day, and then the pulls were at night, and it was going to get better. There's no doubt. It was. There had been. Oh, there was. Oh, I know it was over. There might have been 1,500 people there or something like that. I guess in that area. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but it was pretty neat.
About 20 years ago, I went to a pull with Gary Brinkmeyer down there, and Disney World owned a motorsports park where they do the little boats in the ditch where they race around that circle thing. What was that? I can't remember the name of it. It's on the east coast of Florida, on the other side, Vero Beach.
Oh yeah, that ain't that far up from us. I mean, yeah, okay.
Yep, that's where we stayed. It was just inland a little bit. I forget Fellsmere Park is what I want to say, but I'm not sure. But it was fun. Alligators in the pits,
right? Yeah, they're in there and channels and stuff swimming around.
Yeah. In a pit in Wisconsin is an alligator, right?
For sure.
It was fun. It was a good time. A lot of big name pro stocks. ATPA put it on down there when we were.
Okay.
Yep, it was fun. But anything else you want to tell us about Macville? Changes are just always going to be the same?
Did you go over to classes at all on we have for Friday and Saturday night?
I was going to let you do that. Tell us what you ended up, on Friday night and Saturday night. You got it all there, Waylon. You can tell everybody we got figured out.
Yep. So on Thursday night, like what we mentioned before, we have a bunch of different hot farm and truck classes. A lot of non-sanctioned open classes as well on Thursday night. But on Friday night, we have our Battery State two-wheel drive trucks, Pro Stock diesel trucks, and Battery State Super Farms. And then we have the PPL Champions Tour on limited super stock tractors, and the Championship Tour modified four-wheel drive trucks, and the Silver Series light pro stocks, and then the Tri-County blown mini rods, and then of course we have live music after the poll too, in the beer tent.
Yep.
And then on Saturday morning we have a pancake and porky breakfast. So all of the pullers and people there have something to eat, for breakfast and stuff in the morning. But throughout the day we have a cornhole tournament, a remote control tractor pull. The big polls start at 6:00 on Saturday night, and then we have the Battery State two-wheel drive trucks, Pro Stock diesel trucks, the 4-1 limited Pro Stock tractors, and then the Pro Stock tractors, and then the Tri-County blown mini rods, and then the PPL Champions Tour on limited super stock, and then the Champions Tour modified four-wheel drive trucks, then the Silver Series light pro stocks, and then we have live music at the end of the night there as well. And then on Sunday we have a bunch of paced tractor classes, as long and garden tractors too, and then the pedal pull too. So lots of pulling throughout the weekend, that's for sure.
You're not Saturday night when you guys are done, are you?
It feels pretty good come Sunday night after that last walk. It's like, yes. One thing I was going to say, kind of a different thing of, I counted how many sleds that we have there on a weekend. We have 9 sleds, different sleds throughout the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
crazy. From the little ones at the RC pullers to the pedal puller to the garden tractor pullers. It's all, it's 9 different ones throughout the weekend.
That's a lot of fun. Well, I was
Yeah.
going to ask what your schedule was there too. For the light pros, we're co-sanctioning with the Badger State light pros too. So you'll get the Badger State ones and the Silver Series. And then I'm sure you talked to Foresters and all them guys into coming up. They're going to be.
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, for sure. They're going to be coming. I'll be bringing 3 of them for sure.
Okay, so that that's something everybody watching. You aren't going to see them guys anywhere else in Wisconsin, but Macville, probably, right?
Yeah, they might come back from Hillsboro. You never know.
For Hillsboro,
I think so.
Yep, they might.
They came last year. I know that.
Oh, they did. They okay.
Yep. Mhm.
Yep. Well, we'll go with 2 places then. I guess.
So I don't want to break that crap.
Yep. But pretty neat to have something up there. You can only see 2 times in Wisconsin.
Right.
So that'll be neat to see them guys, and I'm sure there's other guys that are coming up, just not them guys, but
No. There'll be other guys from East Coast.
there's a whole bunch of them come up here, I imagine.
Yeah.
And not all of them guys will go to Hillsboro too. I wouldn't think.
Right. No, it should be a really good class. It's going to be fun with them guys up. It's going to be. It should be a huge class. It's really. It's a class that's really growing, and it should be fun.
Yeah, that class should be the fastest growing class in pulling because I mean it's the cubes are smaller. You can build good motors like you're doing and make them durable, really durable. I'm sure, and fun to drive in that class. I would think.
Right.
I really think it would be fun to drive one of them.
Yeah.
Because you can't just get out there and bend the throttle on them. You do have,
Right. Yeah. 8,500 pounds and 3,300 horsepower in that area. 3,500 right in that area. So it's gonna be good.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yep. So unless you've got anything else you want to bring up about your pull, Roger, I think we've almost covered everything, haven't we?
I think we did a pretty good job. Appreciate it. And my shop and all in the whole area around here. Appreciate that. Yeah. And if people, hey, if they want to go see Lambeau Field or something, like 20 minutes away from up there to go see up that way to Green Bay or whatever, it's not far. If the people don't really know where we're at, but it's definitely a nice area here. We can draw from a lot of people in this area. We're pretty fortunate to be just off the main interstate there, 41, and so we're pretty lucky people can come up from Milwaukee or from up north, down from up north, and pretty easy to get here. And it's open, camping, free camping. If you find a place to pitch a tent, to park your motorhome or whatever you got, it's I know not I can't guarantee any electricity or that, but it's open to run generators, whatever you want to do. But nice area in the hills. It's kind of a nice little area.
Yep. Speaking of the Lambeau thing, I know people that from the Champions Tour that have never been to Wisconsin, have gone up and toured Lambeau Field during the day.
Mm-hmm.
When they're up there on Saturday mornings or something, they head out. I know a few people have done that, so that's new. Yep. Now it's new with all that stuff. They have all that activities outside of Lambeau now too. I don't know what they do in the summer, but
Right.
I know they have a lot of stuff there.
Right. Maybe we can board down the rollers, kick down the hill or something. I don't know. It's
The Sledding Hill, right?
the sledding hill. Yeah, right. I don't know.
Yep. So, but I think that's all we got for tonight, right?
Okay. Well, appreciate that. Thanks for inviting us.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Chandler, you got anything?
We had one question come in from Patrick Hack. He said, "I remember Waylon pulling me around on a yellow sled when he was 12 years old with a Ford 300 gas. Roger, can you tell us a little history about Bob and how he's doing?"
Bob DeBoer?
Yep.
Oh, okay. He's doing good. He's doing really well. He's comes and works for me pretty much every day at the shop. comes and works on tractors. He's 87 years old, and still has the Ford 6000. I want it, but I said when I bought it from him, I says I'll buy it just as long as you keep driving it, which he still does, drives it to this day, and
Used to pull it, and he used to pull it in Battery State too. Back in the day, back in the 80s, I think, or 70s,
Yeah.
probably. But
it was a light pro stock back then, and yeah, it's great that he's still working with us, and he's there all day today. He drives from Ripon, which is about 40, 50 miles every day. He's 7 years old and enjoys working on tractors. So I keep him busy doing that. That's for sure. We got lots for him to work on, and it's good. It keeps him going. He says that's what he enjoys it. So
That's a great story. And I want to thank Pat for sending that question in,
Me
guys.
too.
Questions like that make these shows a lot better. If we can get everybody to ask a question, come up with something. If you got anything, think of, just ask it, you guys, and do it our best to answer it. And that makes it go better. And I didn't even know that story. That's a great story.
oh yeah, he'll be at the polls, and we'll have the 6,000 will be there. Come down Thursday night. You'll be pulling it Thursday night there for sure. And so I'm just building another one. Just put a 6-cylinder in a major, Fortson major, and it's going to be his competition well beyond all other people. But I'll be pulling that one or the boys or whatever. And he's one doing all the work. He's one that's setting it all up, but he's having fun with that too. It's just something he never worked on a major that much to put the different engine and that truck engine in there, and the old Dorset truck engine, the 363. So it's a bolt in, and so it's been fun. He's been doing that all this spring, over the winter. So it's got a little project for him.
So do you dyno when you go anywhere? Is when you put them motors together? You dyno them at all, or just put them together and run them?
Well, we do have a what do you call it?
M&W.
MW dyno,
dyno.
but that's good for about 400 horse. But for the farm tractors, if you have decent power takeoff on them. So
Yep.
But as far as my pulling tractors or like a hot farm, yeah, I've been out there. I was out at Ryan Salembine's a month ago. So, yep.
Okay. Would you have good luck when you were there?
Yeah, we did.
Good.
Yeah.
So whose fuel and the water do you put on most of them, or air? Fuel and air.
Well, I have a Weimer pump, and I had Salembine Ryan's turbo. So. Yeah, that's why it's there, because he builds the turbos. And then I wrecked 2 of them like the year before, spun them too fast or whatever. So I said, no, it's enough. I'll bring the tractor here, the engine there, and we can dyno them on, or check them on the dyno rather than wrecking stuff out on the track and find out that running them too hard or whatever, a little too fast for what they can handle. And so it was best for both of us, and they did a good job. I think we need to be. But that 3-inch smooth boards, you're limited. It's only so much you can get out of them, and. So that's, matter of fact, by the way back, we just picked up a friend of mine, Mike Kavanaugh, used to pull super stock too back in the 80s. And he pulls in the same class, with an Alice 210. And we just picked his tractor up from there on the way back from between Pennsylvania, from the Keystones, and on the way back from between on there and getting to the Shipshewana, we picked up his tractor in between there on that Saturday. So.
Yeah. You don't take any days off, do you?
For something like this, no, you keep moving. That's for sure. Keep moving. That's what it's all about.
Right.
Play hard, work hard, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I think I was always going to tell everybody you made a choice, either go and run a machine shop or milking cows. I think you made the right choice.
yeah, I think my wife figures that too. Yeah, no doubt. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's all we got then, right?
Okay.
Chandler, thanks guys for being on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
See you everybody next week on Monday night. Thank you.